So, in my first meditation class, we learned about grounding and how that grounding cord needs to be something tangible that goes all the way to the center of the earth. The second class, we learned more about being able to create that tether, the grounding cord, and then imagining kind of like dropping excess energy, energy that is not yours, back into that cord so that it can get recycled back to where it belongs. So, for example, say you had an interaction with somebody that's weighing on your mind, or you're a caretaker for your spouse or something like that, all of that energy that pertains to somebody else, while you're meditating, you imagine just dropping it down your cord so that that energy circulates back and goes to the people that it belongs to. Because you're trying to keep your energy field clean, and just your own energy. So one of the things they said was, while you're imagining this, because it's similar to like a root system where it's like you're pushing things down but also like bringing in nutrients as well. um, but what they said was, imagine like your tether. um, Imagine it's got like a detachable nozzle like on a vacuum cleaner, and imagine you're going inside your body and you're just like vacuuming up stagnant energy, or energy that's not yours, a little bit over here, a little bit over there, so that you can clean out any stagnant energy that's inside your system, get that cleared out, and drop it down this tether. It's not detaching yourself from it, it's just removing it from your energy field, because anything that is not your energy will create static inside your field. And so you need to create sovereignty within your energetic field. Furthermore, one of the interesting things that they said was talking about center of head, um, which is really bizarre. But okay, so the idea is that, like, if you touched the center of your head in the front and the back like this, and then on the sides above your ears like this, where those two lines would intersect is your center of your head. So, like, right in there is the center of your head. And they said, imagine like a nice little safe place in there. And that is where your higher self gets to stay. That's like your command center inside your head. And they said, imagine when you're talking to somebody that you're staying inside your center of head. They said, because a lot of times we will push ourselves into somebody else's center of head. And so we practice it in class. And every time that we would like push our center of head towards the other person and into their head, the other person would stutter. They would lose their train of thought. They couldn't remember what they were doing. And they gave an example of like, have you ever been in front of a crowd and you're trying to say something and then all of a sudden your mind just goes blank? And that's usually because people are consciously or unconsciously accidentally pushing themselves inside your head. And so it's moving your mind back in there. And then also, like, that's part of that grounding. Your grounding cord is making sure that that can move out of you as quickly as possible so that you can be sovereign inside your own space. We haven't yet learned about how shielding all that much, but we're working on it. So yeah, dropping the excess energy, center of head, stay in your head, and just notice it. Another thing that we did was, we talked about people's auras, and being able to feel them. So, like, standing a little bit apart from somebody, kind of closing your eyes and walking closer until you just feel this, like, kind of gentle resistance. And that's you coming in contact with their electromagnetic field around them, that we also, call an aura, but in scientific terms, it's your electromagnetic field that is around you. And so coming in contact with that and kind of feeling that on other people. And it was interesting because it's like you can feel it and your hands get like a little bit warmer, and you can get a sense of it. Like, some people can get a sense of a color, some people can actually see a color. For me, I don't see a color, I just like know it, because I have this like clair cognizance, I think it's called, where it's just like you just like know shit, but you don't know why you know it or where from. It's just like all of a sudden I get the sense that something's green, not that I see something as green. Anyway, but it was very interesting. And so it was just kind of being aware of that as, like walking around imagining that you're like have a big hula hoop around you, and that like that's actually how big everybody is. So it's like when you're getting up close to somebody, you're entering into their electromagnetic field, and it's influencing yours and back and forth, and that there's this overlap there. So it was just really fascinating. But ultimately, the biggest takeaway was the center of head, and then dropping things down that tether and that vacuum thing I thought was really, really helpful. So I'll let you know how the next session goes. Thanks.